Dobbo, today you guys started very high tempo. It was the first 20 minutes, was very fast. You scored some nice tries, a lot of cross kicks. Scrum's a bit of a mess. But how would you, as a coach, are you happy with this performance today?
Very, absolutely superb. Everything went according to our plans. A lot of people would tell us about the last 6 minutes, but Harlequins come back and beaten Bristol from 30 points down. They've beat a lot of teams like this. Maybe we did good, but the game was well won by them. They're a really good team. So I thought, our plan was we had to defend very well, which we did. So it's not where I say I'm happy with the performance. I mean, we thrashed Harlequins. Harlequins are a good team, a really, really good team. They never go away, as we saw in those last minutes. But the way we defended, I think we put our plan of putting them under pressure at halfback, putting Marcus Smith under a bit of pressure worked. I thought we slowed the ball down nicely where Deon and Kitshoff were both outstanding. Maybe made a couple of mistakes in the first back 5 minutes of the first half. We gave away some penalties and lost a set piece or two. And maybe got a bit loose in the sort of middle 10 minutes of the second half. But otherwise, listen, 32-7 on 76 minutes or whatever, 74 minutes is pretty special in a Heineken Cup our first Heineken knockup game against a team of their quality. So very happy.
Steve, that period before half time, they kept him out there for 5 minutes, and then that felt like a game changer right there. What did you say in regard?
Yeah, reading through my ears. It's not going much to my mind, but no, it's especially like you can see, especially like how much these guys care for each other on the field to actually put up a defensive performance like that. It's easy. It's easier to just let it slip and almost go into half time, but then you're on the back foot when it comes to the second half. So I'm extremely proud of how the boys actually stood up and kept them out and backed our defensive structures in those moments, and eventually the knock-on came. So, yeah, it's just a lot of credit to the team and to Dobbo and Norman and how they cycle guys up, rolling into a weekend.
I know the boldness of some of the decision making. I mean, I just look at that first minute. Morning, Morning does a cross kick, and then also, I mean, the penalty, one penalty. That you got again, you got the Morning just does such great things.
Yeah, I mean, when we said about before this game this morning, talk to the week, we are who we are, and how we play is actually perfect for this game, which is a massive defense and character and work rate on defense. But we can't say to Marnie, listen, you're playing in a Heineken Cup knockout game now. You've got to play the territory. We have to, exactly who we are. And I thought that first try was, with Deon scored. I think that's exactly the sort of rugby we want to play. It's underpinned by a massive work rate defense, good set piece. But we are going to be a brave team, and yeah, so that's how we wanted to play this game.
Did you say that the small battles in the game, Arnie going up against Marcus, Dan is Andre, to say that you guys won those small ones that contributed to the next one?
Yeah, look, I thought we didn't let Marcus Smith get on the front foot too much. Danny Kerr was excellent. Andre got some runs in towards the end. Yeah, look, we won the game, so we probably won the key things that we focused on. But I must say that I want to give a lot of credit to Harlequins for the style of rugby they play. They don't go away, and they're looking to move the ball. It's a really, really impressive outfit and style of rugby. So I enjoyed playing against them. The treat.
And what's it now? 19 to 20 on the top?
Surely with some shows it's 21.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Every week's 20.
We don't count.
So you're still counting?
No, we don't count.
Okay.
But that try from Valente to finish for it, is that very spectacular?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. I told him after he scored it, when we at the middle, I said, you're going to be in my Instagram newsfeed the whole week. So after that try. But, yeah, it's special, and he's a special player, and everything is so clinical during the week with his analysis and stuff. And yeah, it's a quality player, and we're very fortunate to have him in our squad.
Do you take anything forward? Do you think it's kind of lost 10 minutes? We said it is concerned.
No. They're great. I get a little bit frustrated with people saying that Stormers in the second half. We're playing against high quality teams. I mean, 32-7 at 76 minutes or whatever it was is brilliant. that Harlequins don't go away and got the pride they have. I think it was massive credit to them. It was that really well tried from Tom Brandt, fair reflection on the game that. Then they get the chip over, which is thing, and then that sort of, I think we defended really well after the hooter. We were tired, and we had, Dan was down, Ruan was down, we had no more subs left, and then it was a ricochet. And Harlequins deserved something out of that game. I think credit to them for their pride, because you could see the tempo. They were chasing that game, even though it was lost. And that's, because our first time here, so I can't talk as an expert, but this is Heineken Cup rugby of one great European side in action against the South. And that's what this tournament to me is about. A real shootout with pride. Brilliant.
Scrums. Yeah, I think it was just the first one. It's like more that over eagerness and trying to get on the front foot. So there's nothing much in it. It was just, I think the ref made a good call on both of them. So we'll definitely have a look at it and see because we're trying to keep our side squeaky clean. But sometimes the ref makes a call and just have to live with it.
No, but that first try, you've obviously scored a lot of good tries and played some great rugby, but for me, that 30 seconds or 45 seconds was almost perfection.
Yeah.
From gathering the kick, cross-field kick, which was perfect. The pass from Marnie, the pass from, like, is that your picture of what? Yeah, if we could every time.
I agree. Yeah. It was absolutely agree with you, Craig. I'd just be talking to waste up your data. No, I agree. Full stop. Yeah, I think we're this great defensive team, and with those that's how we want to play. We'll defend, turn it over, and then if we get a chance to attack it, that's the perfect picture. Yeah. I mean, Gunners was the guy, but he had 3 other guys. He could have probably should have faster ones, yeah. That was brilliant.
Administration on the RC pretty proud of what you guys are ticking on. Big thing.
Yeah, I think we are. We're very URC last year was unknown territory for us, and I think we were against the odds, and when we started up quoted 88-1 and we win it. I was so desperate to prove that we were a proper force in world sort of club rugby, and I think 21 games home beaten. We got our shield pretty comfortably. Now in the quarterfinals of the Heineken Cup, I think, and we're lying second in the URC. And we're in the conditions that we have. Look, I mean, administration has brought some stability, but it's also, it's got what's the fiscal challenges. So we're thrilled to be here. We're thrilled, and it was quite a big thing for us. I think we talked in the week, Steve, we talked in the week that it was quite important for us to get to this next round of the Heineken Cup. I think it's quite a big difference between last 16 and quarterfinals, for our morale and improving this project, So
sharp one earlier and see what snapping teams coming into the tournament. You feel like it's adding pressure, and you studied the history of the competition a lot.
Yeah, look, I can understand why some people raised concerns about it, but I think the occasion like today, let's say for example, I'm not sure Montpellier beat Exeter would even be a big occasion here next week. Next week it'd be massive, and I think it's great for that. I think it's great for the competition. I think the contest between our style of rugby and the European style, where both guys contest so fiercely, both sort of approaches to rugby. So I think it's going to be brilliant for the comp. I mean, this is going to be a great destination. I can imagine, Boeings of guys wanting to come spend a week in Cape Town, and for us it's brilliant. And it's brilliant to go. No, we're thrilled. Grateful to be here.
I think it will help the box as well. I mean, there's less traveling with New Zealand and a bit tougher, and then by the time you get into that international, you've been testing yourself and getting to all these top clubs across the team. How much do you think it will help for South Africa come back to it?
No, 100%. I think if you look at like world rankings, so 1 and 2 is Ireland and France, so it's teams you're playing against in the Heineken Cup. So it's definitely like, I think the more frequently you play against these teams, like the more you start understanding their style of rugby. So I think like in the bigger picture, like us as Africans playing with the Northern Hemisphere schedule, I think it's a big benefit for the international season as well.
even on that, the schedule, I mean, because of South Africa coming in so late, because we take 12 months a year, trying to fit 2 hemisphere schedule. How important is it? There's some sort of clarity in the near future players to have an off season. Can't keep going on where you've got 12 months season.
No, I think how it's been run this year is probably the best it was like for the last 2-3 years. So I think as a guys, or a lot of credit to Dobbo in this sense, where he actually built the depth of the squad to actually give guys a 4-week break before you're actually going into pre-season to get the depth of the squad to actually go and win games as well. So even with some guys not being able to play or not picking your full Metal Jacket team, still being able to have that 4 weeks off and play URC and still get the result on the weekend. So I think that's massive. So somehow they will probably find solutions in when and where teams will actually, or say international players, get their break and then carry on to the back end of the season.
What were you looking for?
I've always, I'm a diehard French. Blood's blue, or whatever colour they play. Blue and orange.
On va parler français tout le temps.
No, of course it'd be good because we're not obviously playing at home, but just again, our cause is the people of Cape Town making Cape Town smile. So if we could be back here next week, it'd be great. It'd be fantastic. But
just the last question, Deon, it's been massive the last 2 seasons. A lot of people don't realize how big it's been. I even told Steven sitting with him, I said, reminds me of 100 or so in 2008, 2009. So it's very similar to that. Every breakdown is always really, it's become a master breakdown.
Don't ask me tomorrow morning.
So the question was, why does he actually meet this team up? We've asked him the question, what is he done to come back? What is he done different? He's giving us an answer, but from your side of coaching, what is Deon brings to the side that's something different?
His leadership, I think he's one of the best tacklers, and I'm not sure in world rugby. I think what's quite interesting, the bit of growth in him, was when he came back, we always do that differential. You know, he concedes, gets 5 steals, concedes 3. So it's +2, which is great. You know, I think Swayster Brain does that exercise. But I actually find him really well disciplined at the breakdown now. And I know there's one today. His decision making there is excellent. And he's a leader and he buys into the cause. He's a real leader. He's great support for Steven. Ultimate province man. And then one of the great things was we played the guys at Clip before we played the Bulls a couple of weeks ago, or months ago. And we showed that tackle of Skalkberg on Free Dupree in the 2009 semi-final. And there we were, guys are watching, you think, hang on, there's Brunners and there's Brock. So just what they got, the institution of some really good days of province rugby, you know, the 2000s. We went through we're still in administration, as Will said. And that nice tradition and past of us. It's great to have guys like this, but he's can't speak highly enough of him. And he's playing he's extended his contract.
Seems to be better with age.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I say, don't ask me tomorrow morning. I'll be questioning myself tomorrow morning. I'm happy to be here. But yeah, great to the management. I think since I came back, I just want to get back. I've always told you guys, and just the environment when I came back is you just feed off it. It's a good group, it's good management, and you're just happy. But I think it comes with wins as well. But but feed into that. That's why we're winning, because we're a happy group and we're willing to work with each other. And I don't want to be that guy to let the guy next to me down.
You kind of just answered the question I was going to ask you, Deon, but just your thoughts on having been through the highs and lows of the Stormers in Western Province rugby in your first stint here. What does it mean to you to be able to sort of contribute to? Yeah, exactly what I said. I think we're a happy group and we know each other. If you slack down on defense or whatever, you know you're going to drop the guy next to you, and you don't want to do that. And we're a happy group, and you know that's what's giving us success at the moment. We know what it takes to be a successful team at the moment. After last year's URC, we know we have to put in the hard yards, the work that you don't see on the TV. There's lots of guys that Dobbo showed, Neetling and Willie Engelbrecht, just doing work that's outside the camera that no one sees, but that's just the core and the value of the team at the moment. And you have to feed off that. If you're not, you're just going to get sideswiped and you're not going to be part of the group anymore.
Yeah, just you were early on keeping Joe Marley in check. Was he a bit of a nuisance today?
Yeah, we all know Joe Marley. He tries to get under your skin, and unfortunately, I'm not that oak that likes if you get under my skin. It gets under my skin sometimes, but yeah, you know, he's a quality player. That's what makes him good as well. But let me answer my question.
And just even that on the 5-meter line of you were over the ball, holding by the neck. Was that in the check or just the ref just said play on?
Me?
When he was trying to steal the ball.
Yeah, I think the game is so fast. I think if you got slow the game down millisecond by millisecond, you're going to get a penalty at each track. So it happens. The ref blew one. They rolled me on the neck on our try line. It happens. It's a game. It's getting faster. It's somewhat difficult for the ref, but it happens. That's why you play rugby. You know what you're going to put yourself into every time you walk on that field. And yeah, that's a game, and that's why we love the game as well.
How will if you have to travel to will that influence your thinking in the squad with big URC games? It's quite judging it.
Yeah, it's going to be tough because I think depending, I can't remember who must win for which one must win between La Rochelle or Gloucester for us to play on Sunday. On Sunday down in Exeter to get back here from Munster is going to, and that's going to, you know, we under pressure there for that second spot. You're going to get the home. So, but I mean, I think obviously the Heineken Cup, it's a prestigious, it's the tournament. So we'll just have to get through it. You know, maybe if we do tweak, it's for Munster and back some of our guys who played URC to get us through a home win there and against Benetton. But we'll go full noise for to Exeter.
Right. You guys have to be what's this a big goal that you're putting finals and how you reset your goals or not the way that you reached maybe there's you're always confident that you go further than before.
Yeah, I think was the mentality of this team and the way the guys are actually trying to play and perform. I think for us is ultimate goal to go all the way. So I think resetting, like Bob always shows a photo in the meetings, like Stormers versus Toulouse Heineken Cup final. So that's something we work towards. We want to go as far as possible we can in this tournament, and to be honest, these guys will go out fighting every weekend and try and get all the way and trying to get the cup. And similar to the URC, we'll keep fighting all the way to get into that final and hopefully play one of the best games we can.
Sorry, just the last thing. The crowd rate was a record attendance, I think, post-COVID. Just any word on that? Well, the players, coaches.
It was better.
Yeah. No, it was incredible. It was just to see the people in the stands and cheering, and you can actually hear like the volume increasing when we do something well, and how quiet it becomes when Quins score the try. So no, it's just kept on fans and faithful is just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, a lot of stuff going around Cape Town as well. I think we've got to fill it up. I think Pete Moore is playing at Grand West tonight, so there's another 20,000 that could have come tonight. And there's the Quins Festival at Mirandal tonight as well. So if that wasn't happening, we could have filled the stand. So if Montpellier wins, Gordon Lewis cancel all the events.
Cool, guys. Thank you very much. And we'll see you all at 9:30 for the Currie Cup press.
Yeah.